Hello lovely Flosstube friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lauren, also known as Cross Stitch Bunny, here on YouTube and over on Instagram. I wanted to film this Flosstube extra today. Haven't done one for quite a while and this one will only be a short one, but I really wanted to show you some beautiful ornaments that I have discovered. Or should I say that they have been discovered by my friend Rosie at Rosie X Stitcher. She is the one that introduced me to the website full of these little treasures, and I fell in love. So I ended up asking her to tack these onto her own order. She has ordered the exact same 3 ornament kits, and I said just order double and then we will save a little bit on the postage because they are from Ukraine. So by teaming up, we both got slightly cheaper postage because it was all coming in one package, and I received my kits yesterday because myself and Rosie met up for a day out and they had arrived. And I was in a bit of trouble because Rosie had purchased these for the both of us, and then I was due to give her some fabrics from my Stitch Bunny shop, and I said, well, I won't post them to you, we'll just do an exchange when I see you. So I turned up and I'd remembered to bring the children, so that was a positive, but I had forgotten the fabrics and left them behind, so she presented me with my wonderful little kits, and I didn't have the fabrics to exchange, so I now need to post them, which is annoying, but never mind. Anyway, let's have a look at these beautiful kits. I have 3 sea creature kits. They are absolutely gorgeous. So we have the seahorse, and they have all these beautiful like beads, and they've got sparkly thread. I've then got the jellyfish, all these gorgeous pearls in the design, and again some metallics. Oh, I've already shown you that one. Sorry, no, I've shown you that one. Here we go, we'll get there in the end. The last one is the lovely starfish with this really big jewel in the centre. So yes, these are the 3 lovely kits. But these are really gorgeous ornament kits, and I'm going to flip the camera because I wanted to open them with you and show you them in a little bit more detail. As I said, these were purchased. This is not a promotion of any kind. I just thought that these really were worthy of their own little episode because I find that they are quite special ornament kits, in that they are some of the only kits I've ever seen where the template that they supply with them is actually a template that is already cut for the pattern you're going to be stitching, with the right number of holes in, so that the design is finished effectively. By the time you've done all the stitching, you don't then need to worry about cutting it out and trying to make it neat, which is something I really struggle with if you're working on perforated paper or plastic canvas, and obviously you're just working on a square piece. You then at the end have to make your ornament neat, but on these it is an actual smooth template, and the stitch holes are on the template to perfectly fit the design that you are stitching. So let's flip the camera and have a look. I'm aware that I've not given you brand names and things because I just cannot pronounce, and the packaging is not in English, so I don't want to even attempt to read them out, but the website name I will pop on the screen, so that is like unicstitch.com, but I will pop that on the screen, and I will also pop on the Instagram. There are 2 different Instagram accounts listed on the packaging, so I think maybe this website is a collaboration between 2 designers potentially, but I will pop those on the screen, and I'll also put them in the show notes so that you can find the links to these and all their other pretty things. But let's flip the camera for now and let's open them because I'm really excited to look at the templates inside. So let's have a look at these absolutely beautiful little kits. Excuse my nails, they are in need of repair. So let's just ignore that. They were looking beautiful until I had loads of dog jobs to do and ruined them. Let's start with the starfish in the middle. So this is the kit as it comes. Said you've got all the information here for the website. and the Instagrams, but these will be popped into the show notes so that you can find them as links. Let's open it up. You can see on the back here all the materials are in there. We've got the others in the series that are shown, and then there is some English kit information here and here. Have a quick look at those. But yes, the kit contains embroidery chart, QR code with an electronic scheme, fabulous. So maybe I can put this into Pattern Keeper or Saga. It's got the threads that you need that are DMC. It uses Toho beads and other embellishments. It comes with a floss organizer, needles, felt, and a monofilament flexible plastic base. Let's have a look at all those things. Probably easier if I do it that way. So, oh, it's got a nice photo card in there as well. So I've got this lovely photo card. I love this, showing the finished design, which is absolutely gorgeous. I've then here got my, the chart is on that side, so I won't unfold this whole thing, but I've got my key here, which is all very clear. It's got English translation. I've got all my beads listed here, some directions and placements for beads, so that's useful instructions. I will have a proper look at that off camera, but that does seem to be my chart and important information. Then got my starfish thread card here with all of the beautiful colours. I think, yeah, there's 7 colours in this design, and they are all neatly twisted and very pretty. It won't look like this once I've started stitching, but yeah, these are the gorgeous colours in this particular kit. And then I've got all my beads here. Let's have a look at those. Oops. So they're in different packages, a bit like Mill Hill, I guess. They sometimes separate the beads into like different packages for ease. Ah, no, these are by size. So I've got my small beads here, which look to be in 3 different colourways. And then I've got my larger embellishments and crystals here. And then, oh, I've got some thin, going to show, I've got some thin filament here, which is obviously for adding the embellishments. I've got my 2 needles, one for stitching, one for beading, on a little felt keeper. And then lastly, this is the bit I'm most excited about. Oh no, not lastly, no, there are more beads. Those are my pearls. So I've got 3 packs of beads. Got my threads, I've got my needles, I've got my beading floss. Let's put the pretty picture there as well so we remember what we're looking at. Got our pretty picture, and then this is what I was really excited about. So we have got this plastic template, and it tells me what is the front side. So front side stitch here, and then the back side. If I feel it, yeah, the front side does feel like smooth. Like you can still feel a bit of texture, but the front side is very smooth versus the back, which is a lot more rough. So yeah, that makes sense that there is a logical front and back. So that is my starfish template. And like I said, I just love the fact that it is already perfectly cut out for this design. And I don't have to go around afterwards with scissors trying to do any sort of neat finishing like I would on a Mill Hill ornament or things like that, because it is already ready. So that is the template. And then lastly, in that same little bag, we had this starfish shaped felt, which I'm not sure which way it fits. I'm sure there is a correct way because it is not entirely symmetrical. Keep rotating. Yes, I think we found it. So obviously after I've stitched it, that will go on the back just to cover the stitching. And it is small enough that it stays like exactly within the boundary of the holes. So in theory, if I stick this on carefully at the end, then like the example picture, the boundaries should just be clear and I should not see any of the felt. that is the theory. So yeah, how wonderful are these? I have just cut here so that I could get all the templates out because it was proving a little bit tricky to try and do it on camera. They're lovely packaged but very compact, so it was tricky to get them all out. But we've looked at the starfish, and I will just quickly show you. So the seahorse template, which is probably the most detailed shape, you can see is all cut out perfectly, and then all the stitching holes are there, and then on the edges, like for example here, you've got this one tiny hole. And you can see from the picture that there is like some back stitch that extends up here. So yeah, the templates are very, very nicely designed to just accommodate all the stitching perfectly with no need to finish your own edges. I love them. I absolutely love these kits. So we've got the wonderful seahorse, which is possibly my very favourite. We've then got the jellyfish template. Same story again. Just done perfectly for the design. And then we've got the starfish that we already looked at. So yes, 3 absolutely beautiful little ornament kits that I really look forward to doing. I don't know whether I'm going to start them straight away. Obviously they're really not in season with us coming up to autumn, winter. But they are that beautiful that I may just do them anyway, or if not, if I don't start them soon, I may just keep them to start next summer. But they are absolutely wonderful. Yes, I hope you've enjoyed having a little look at them with me. I would definitely go and have a look at their website. They have some lovely things, although I must say that these 3 sea creature ones were my absolute favourite. However, I did go on their website this morning and see that there is a new Halloween one, which is very, very beautiful. I hope you've really enjoyed looking at these kits with me. As I said, I find them really exciting, particularly for the uniqueness with the templates. The designs themselves are also beautiful and stunning, but I just love the fact that you can just stitch and it's already a finish. Like literally the only thing you need to do with these to turn them into a beautiful ornament is stick that felt on the back and put the little hanger on, which is also supplied. So yes, I think they are absolutely fabulous. I'm very taken with them. I packaged them back up, repackaged them, but they're looking a lot less neat than they did before. And I've also committed a massive sin in that I got the sticky of the packet stuck to my seahorse. I have lost count of the number of times I've accidentally done this to like Bella Filipina designs. They are the worst. I've made the same mistake with this, and I've now got a big line where the print has ripped off my beautiful seahorse, which is quite sad. However, they've got that lovely photo card on the inside, so luckily I still have an unblemished version of the final design. It's just the cover of the kit that I've damaged, but there is an extra photo card inside. I really hope that you have loved looking at these and that maybe I've enabled some of you. I know that I am not the first person to have found these. As I said, I found them through Rosie, and then I was talking to Charlie from Charlie Feathers this morning. We had a bit of a catch up and a little bit of a chat. And just before I filmed this Flosstube extra, I actually sent her photos of these being like, look what I've got, Charlie. I'm so excited. And she was like, oh, they're beautiful, aren't they? I've got the seahorse. I don't know if it's arrived to her yet, but one of Charlie's other stitchy friends had also discovered these kits and was placing an order. And Charlie asked her to tack an extra seahorse onto that order. So I do know that the word is already spreading around these kits, and I wanted to help out a bit with that because I think everybody should know about them, especially people that are not confident finishers. Obviously these are all sea creature related, but there are a ton of other designs on the website, loads of other themes, loads of other kits. Those 3 are personally my favourites, and I think they are a little bit special and just really appeal to me, but there are loads of other options with the same sort of format. And there is also a brand new release that I discovered this morning when I went onto the website just to look up a few things, and it is called Honey Magic. It is, I'll put it on this side, it's a beautiful bee design with like a witchy Halloween hat, and it's kind of like in a like a snow globe. I think it's fabulous. I love it. It looks a little bit bigger than the kits I've got, like a bigger, more detailed design, but it still comes with that custom made microfilament template that is all ready as a finished item as soon as you've put the last stitch or the last embellishment on. So yes, go and have a look at the website. There was the name on the screen earlier in the video, but you can also pop into the show notes. You'll find the website link there. Happy shopping if you decide to do a bit of shopping. The prices are very reasonable. When I went on the website, it is all in foreign currency. But obviously at the checkout, you'll know exactly what you're paying before you check out, I assume. Rosie did the order, so I'm not entirely sure. But it cost me, I think it was somewhere between £33 and £38. I can't remember where in that bracket it was. But for the 3 sea creature kits, with splitting postage half and half with Rosie, and the postage does go up incrementally apparently with the number of kits. So by buying 6 kits, it was relatively cheaper than buying 3 kits in terms of the postage, but the postage for 6 was more than for 3, if that makes sense. So the postage does, I think, go by weight. But Rosie and I still saved ourselves a little bit of money by buying several kits together at a time. And yeah, my total owed to Rosie was somewhere between like the £33 and £38 mark, which I think for 3 kits of that quality, all the materials are beautiful, the crystals inside there, the beads are beautiful, and those really unique templates. Yeah, £38 for 3 of them, and I don't know if it was quite that much, but I was very happy with that. It seems like wonderful value to me, very much on a par with the prices, if not a little bit cheaper, potentially, than some kits that are for ornaments that you then have to cut out and finish yourself and potentially make a mess of, or at least in my case. I really hope that you have enjoyed this. I will see you in around a couple of weeks' time for my normal everyday Flosstube stitchy catch up, where I actually show you some stitching, and I also have plenty of life update for that, including where has my hair gone. My hair has gone, but it's a lot better in this weather. I'm feeling a lot cooler. It's been chopped. But yes, hair update and other things in my next Flosstube when we have more time to chat about life update. And in the meantime, happy stitching. Take care. I will see you relatively soon. Bye.